Hi traders, and welcome to the weekly market report. In this video I want to look at the S&P, Nasdaq, Russell, and the Forex pairs. So let's start. Alright, we're going to start with the upcoming economic calendar, and we have a super light week this week. Partly Monday is a holiday in the US for Labor Day, so nothing will be happening on Monday, and then the only major data point is on Wednesday, services PMI, and I don't really expect a whole lot to happen when that comes out. Last month it was 52.7, and the range is like 52.4 to 52.5, so slight decrease, but I don't think that's going to be anything. If it comes in line with the forecast, it shouldn't really move the market a whole lot. You do have some Fed speakers speaking this week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but you never know. I think everyone's kind of gotten used to their Fed speak, just stating the same old, staying higher for longer. Inflation's not done yet, that whole thing. So I don't think those speeches will do much, but other than that, there's no data points that'll be major this week. All right, let's go on to the charts. All right, going to start with the ES futures contract for the S&P. And in my last video, I was saying that I don't think that this is going to be all the correction, but I'm starting to wonder now. So after this big 5-wave move up, I was expecting a correction, and then still one more up, at least to break that top that they set, 46.34. But I was kind of expecting them just to come up, just break that level, 44.85, and head down. So, I thought that was and then we had 3 ways up there and 3 down. So I thought it'd be 3, come up, just break it somewhere, and then reverse back down. But this is getting really strong now, and went up a little bit higher than I thought. So now I'm wondering if that is all the correction. Just, it's a super sharp and very quick. It is 3 ways, and it is deep enough for this 5-wave for a correction. So it's coming now into a key area, because what I'm thinking is if this is 3 and that's 3, then this would have to be going to go break this in a ending diagonal format. And if that's the case, what I would expect, so that's 1 and that's 2, and all of this is just 1. And then I think, if we really zoom in here, it looks to me like we just have 3 waves down to there, and then right here is a nice 1, 2, 3 wave. And so if they come back down sharp, so it'd have to happen. The futures market will be open up Sunday night. I don't know what kind of volume there's going to be due to Labor Day, but and it'll close early Monday. So it'd have to be probably more like on Tuesday. If it just kind of sells off from Sunday through Tuesday, take out that low that they set on Friday, then you'd have a 335, and probably like come into that zone somewhere. And then if this zone holds, so if it doesn't go any lower than 44.77 and then starts going up, then I think what this is this whole impulse, this will be the correction. So it'll be like the A, B, C, and that'll be 3. So then you have 1, 2, 3, and then, they're just going to keep marching up in a diagonal format to take out that high. So this area is really key on the S&P. So I would say anywhere from 45.04, 44.77. Keep an eye on there. Like if it comes in there, kind of starts to stall and it starts pushing up. If you're not already in the buy, that might be a good place to start looking to get long. But if this like really sells off, all of next week basically, then what we could be having is this is a 335, and then it's going to come all the way down and break that low. So those are the only two scenarios I really see. Either this is going to be going up to break this high in a diagonal format, or it's got one more down before it'll reverse back up. All right, Nasdaq, pretty much the same thing, exact same thing. I mean, still see this as a ABC down, and then we got three waves there, we got three waves down to there, and then this has just been a very strong impulse. And if we zoom in, it came really close to their key level, 15,447. Could go down as 15,313. And then just like the S&P, I think this will come back down because you got three down and you already have three up. Now they could push up a little bit higher, but I think they'll come and break this low, 15,454, one more time. And then this area will be key. If it kind of just stalls here and then really takes off, then they're going to go in a diagonal format, just like the S&P, and go take out that 16,062 level. But if it gets next week, if it gets really strong, starting to sell off, and it breaks, what is that again? 15,313. If it breaks that, then it could be coming down, take out that low, and then reverse back up. So key areas on both those indexes. All right, the Russell. All right, so the Russell, just like the other, it's got a different format than the other indexes, because this one came down in three waves and just broke that low. So that's correction. And so now this is looking like this corrected this whole move up, and it might be going up because so far this is all just a one wave impulse. So this one needs a correction. So I'd say at a minimum it should come down to 1910, 1895, somewhere in there. Get a three-wave correction, and then at least it has to come back up and take out 1934. And then at this point, we'll have to see what the reaction is. Because then if they start reversing, I think they'll come and take out this low one more time. The Russell is just an ugly super sideways chop. So, they could be creating a, here's three waves, give you a three wave and then still one more before they go, or this could be the start of, you're going to go up and take out this high too. So, but for sure the Russell needs a correction and then back up to break 1934. So wouldn't be buying up here. I'd wait at least to get down into this zone. Could go lower, but at a minimum, I'd only be looking for a buy setup starting down here. All right, that's what I see on the indexes. So let's move over now to Forex. Start with the US dollar index. And I thought that they were going to keep pushing up a little bit more. I think there was a running flat right in here. And so on Wednesday, they completed this running flat. So now I see this, they got two running flats going on here. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's your impulse up. And now they've got a three-wave correction down. So I think the dollar, it needs to come up and break this 104.44. I would like to see them do that and then quickly reverse and sell off really hard. But there's a key invalidation point, because I'm going to zoom back out to the daily. I still see this as a possible triangle down here because it's just a bunch of three waves. So I think that's A, B, C, D, and then if they give us that impulse correction and then they break 104.44, but they can't break 104.69. So that is a key level, which means they would literally have to just break it and reverse, because if they go up above and break that, then this isn't a big triangle. And then I'm going to have to rethink this, because I think then that this is all a big correction. So this whole thing, I think, would be W. So 1, 2, 3 W. This be X. That'd be Y, X, and then that was Z. And then I think it's possible that the dollar is done, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because I think based on the S&P and the Nasdaq, because I see them going up at least one more time to break their recent high, the yearly high that they made. I don't see that the dollar is going to be like, this is all the correction and now the dollar is going to go and take out 114, because if the dollar is going to get strong, I mean, the market's not going to, well, I mean, never say never, but it'd be kind of weird that the dollar's going to get really strong here and the market's also going to be going up to take out its high. So this is going to be a key area. So like in the next few days, it'll be really interesting to see if they can break that, but then quickly sell without breaking that, because then that'd be just a perfect pattern. And then the dollar will sell off, and that'll be like the fuel for the stock market to continue grinding higher. But if they break that, then we're gonna have to really look at what this all is, because I mean, unless they're gonna, this is all the correction, and then this is just the start. So this will be 1, 2, they'll break that, 3, and then they're going to be going up in a diagonal format, but then they're going to have like a really deep correction, because I just see that the dollar has to be selling off if the market's going to be continuing to go up. So yeah, this will be really interesting to see what happens. Probably going to find out in the first day or two, like Tuesday, Wednesday. Watch these key levels. All right, let's move on to Euro. Yeah, so the Euro, I see this, the Euro needs to continue going up, because I see them going, like 116, 118, somewhere up in there. And I think they're doing it in a diagonal format. So like I've been saying, here's a running flat. So that's 1, 2, 3 for 1. And I see this all being 1, 2, and then they're really close. They just got a few more pips to go. Break that 107.65, and then that'll be a 1, 2, 3, and that'll be 2, and then I think that'll reverse, and go up in some fashion, 3 ways to break that, and then they'll be on their way. Probably go higher 3, and then they'll come down for 4, and then still go up for a 5. So I think this will be it's going to take a while, but just a kind of choppy up and down, finish off that diagonal. And so because I see the Euro like needing to just break that low, just a few more pips, and then at any point it can start to reverse to go up, then that kind of makes sense that the dollar is going to do the same thing. Like it's going to go up, just break its high, but then it could sell off. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. So I think the Euro just needs to fall a little bit. The dollar needs to rise a little bit. And I would really like to see then it break that high and then just reverse hard. All right, pound. So the pound looks like it still has more down. It looks like they're in the middle of big diagonal here. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I think that's 1. 3 waves there for 2. 1, 2, 3. I think that was 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that was 4. And now you got 1, 2, and just like the euro, I think it's got to come down, break that low, and somewhere just break it, and that'll be 3 waves, and on all then that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you got this whole thing that's just a leading diagonal because the pound. So like I see the euro going higher, but to me it looks like the pound go out to a daily and probably a weekly. See the pound in this big diagonal here where that's 1, that's 2, here was a big 1, 2, 3. That could be 4. It's so quick though, but it's in a position where it could come down now for 5. So we'll watch this. I want to see the reaction here because it could be that, like I said in my last video, that this is just the A part and then the B, so they'll come down, but then they'll still go back up one more time, pretty sharp, break that high, and then you'll have a 1, 2, 3, and that'll be this fourth wave over here. That would kind of look a little bit better, at least time-wise, like buy this wave a little bit more time. And plus it'd be just kind of weird, like the pound is going to go shooting down while the euro is shooting up, but it could happen. I mean, there is 3 waves, so I'd be careful right here. I'd only be looking for a buy setup after this break because it's either this is all a leading diagonal and you need a correction up for more down, or if you're lucky and you can get in the buy down here, especially like 1, 2, 4, 8, 2 or so. If you could find a nice buy setup like down in here, if you're lucky, you'll catch that whole piece up. But but if it goes up correctively, just a little 1, 2, 3, then you got to start to be careful. You might want to think about either taking partial profit or just a full profit, because it could be that it's just in the process of working its way all the way back down. Okay, CAD. So I thought the CAD was going to push up a little bit more. So what it looks to me like they're doing either the start of a diagonal, or this is just all big correction, because 1, 2, 3, and I thought they were going to continue up, and this is all going to turn out to be like an ending diagonal, but they stopped short and then came really close and then sold off hard. So now I see this as, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then I see this as 1, 2, 3, and now boom, you got a big strong move up. So I'd let this correction play out, because I think that what it's going to be is 1, 2, 3. That's either 1 or it's A, and then this 3 wave is B or it's 2, and then you're probably going to get like a 1, 2, 3, and then break that. Well, if it's 3 waves, then you know that that's 3 and they're going up in a diagonal. If this turns out to be an impulse, if you get 5 waves, then that's just a 3, 3, 5. And then you got to really be careful, because then it could either be coming all the way down, that's just a big correction for down to break that low, or that's just 1, and then you'll get a much bigger correction, bigger than any of these. So that'd be 1, and then you'll come down for 2, and then reverse for 3, 4, and 5. So I'd wait for a correction if you're not in the buy, but then once it breaks, you got to really start to be careful, because this could be coming back, at least for a correction up or total downside. So I see more up. I see this top breaking at least once, but you got to be careful once it does break. All right, the yen. So the yen broke a key level, broke this, what I think is this fifth wave. So this fifth wave now is complete because it came up in an ending diagonal format. So here's 1, 2, and 3, and then they broke that low. So this three wave wave is up. So if we go out to the daily, so now I see this as a big massive correction, 1, 2, and then ending diagonal up to there. So now it's in a position of doing one of two things: total downside, which is what I favor, or it's 1, 2, 3, and then they're going to make like a 1, 2, 3, and then they could still go up one more time, give you like an ABC correction. So if they want to prolong it up here, they'll just do 1, 2, 3, and still break this one more time. So because I still see that after this big massive impulse down, this needs a correction, and then still one more down, and then go back up. So if we drill in, it looks almost like they're making a running flat here, right? So you got an impulse, that'd be A, and then here's 1, 2, 3, that's B, and then strong move up, super strong, straight up. And that would be C. So if they give any type of correction here and then go up, then it's not a running flat. But if they reverse, and they're going to have to reverse really soon because this is getting almost too strong for a running flat. But if they start to really sell off here and come down and break that low that they set on Friday, then this is all, it's a running flat, and then it's a matter of is that the 1, 2, 3, and then there's still one more up, or is that like 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to get a 4 and a 5, or this is going to be turning into a leading diagonal. So that remains to be seen. But if they just give a correction and up, then they could still be coming back up again, which is really kind of perplexing to me why they would be doing that. I'd only be looking for sells in the dollar yen because I think it needs to come down and take out that low. So I wouldn't be buying. I'd only be looking for sell setups to at least come down and take out that 144.43 level at a minimum. And like I said, it could be just the beginning of total downside to take out the low. All right, gang, that's what I see on the Forex pairs. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your likes and support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.